This video is entitled Digging for Treasure, and the content of this video is to show how to use the Old Buncombe County Genealogical Society's website in your own family research. And it's presented by Edith Garrett, who is our current webmaster, but before that she was president of the society and has been a long-time volunteer with the society. Edith walks you through the website and then also teaches you a little bit about the tools that can be used to use the website to uncover some data and information that is generally not available on other online resources. So if you enjoy this video, please hit the like button, give us a little positive reinforcement. But I think you're going to learn that our website is very useful, and this video will be very useful for you in understanding how to maximize its impact.
I have been involved with OBCGS long enough now to kind of be one of the seasoned vet volunteers. And so I'm hoping that I can show you around the website and give you a little history about it and how to use it so that you can make it really a good tool for your own research. And what I'll do is start with the main page. This is our home page. The address is obcgs.com. We also own the web domain obcgs.org. So either way, if anyone tries to log in, the .org will be sending you right back to this page as well. So um, the acronym OBCGS, if you're not a member, you may not be aware of it, but Old Buncombe County Genealogical Society is our full name. And we use a lot of acronyms here because of some of the longer names. But this OBCGS is one, and I'll show you another one for our journal here in a few minutes. But just looking at our website, I wanted to give you some background on it. We've had a website probably since the like 2007, 2008, somewhere in that time frame. The earliest website was developed by one of our volunteers, and so the new website came in 2012, and it really this format you're seeing here was formed in 2012, and we have a committee working now to take it to the next level. We're hoping to look at some design features and some changes to make it a little more easy to navigate, because what's happened over the years is we've just added on to the website, and we've taken some of those old historic pages, kept them in this design, in this structure, and I'll show you how some of that looks and how it's different too. So you can get a little background on really where the websites come from. But we've been very, I guess, very involved in building the website over the years. We're really committed to it. Our board is generous in supplying us with the tools we need and the funding we need to keep it going and to continue to build it. So if you have any ideas, I'll just say this up front. If you have ideas about how we can improve the website and make it even more user friendly, please let us know. And we're always open to suggestions. So looking at the website, I'm not logged in as a member right now because I wanted to show it to you as for a visitor coming in. And some of you may not be members or may not have tried to log into the website, but if you see this, the way it's laid out here, we have a toolbar along the top with various pages that you can click through to. And along the side, we also have navigation in a column along the right side of the page. So I'll just go over this part of it here first. To join our society, click here. Already a member, you can log in here. There's also a login button up on the left side as well. We're trying to make that easy to find for the members, so you don't have to go to a lot of trouble to figure out how do I get into the meat of the electronic records where I really want to be. Next on the navigation bar here is a donate button. And this, when you click on the donate button, you can see that it goes straight to a page where you're able to make a decision about donating additional funds if you are a member, or if you just find the website to be helpful and you feel good about it, you can take an opportunity to donate a little bit of money to us. It will go through a PayPal checkout, so you can use a credit card or you can use your PayPal account. The next navigation button or square here is a regional history and genealogy library. We have our hours, our mailing address right here on the right side. Then we have our calendar. You'll find most of the upcoming programs or any other events that we may have listed here in the event calendar. There may be something about inclement weather, if we're going to be closed, or for holiday schedules as well. So check this calendar before you want to visit, or if you're trying to figure out when is our next program. We're usually about a month out, as you can see. We're now scheduling into September and October. The first day of the month prior to the month that the journal is supposed to be published is usually the deadline date for getting articles in for the journal. So we regularly post that here as well, just to remind you to get your articles ready and get them sent in. And then the next area here is to sign up for our newsletter. Some of you I've seen in the chat are mentioning that you heard about the program out of the newsletter. And that is something that I'm also producing once a month. So I recommend, even if you're not a member, you can be on our newsletter mailing list. So you can join that right here by filling out your email and contact information. Finally, another really important box here is how to join in with our Facebook page. And you can see here we have over 2,000 followers. So that's really great. We're really happy with that because it is creating a community of interested people and more, it's a more timely feed, if you will. People are posting hopefully information they might be finding out about their members or additional resources that could help. We also post all of our activities there on the Facebook page. So try that out if you're using Facebook. Be a great little resource for you. Now coming back up to the main page here, this area here is kind of a what's happening coming up paragraph, if you will. We also remind people we've got here the news of our new library name change. So any kind of news or introductions, announcements might be included on this part. You can always have an easy click through for the program. We also talk a little bit about some of our other services here, which I'll go to in just a minute. The bottom part of the home page here, these boxes are actually articles that have been written with very important information in mind. We choose to do it this way to draw a little bit more attention to it, but you could consider them to be similar to another page on the website. But just for instance, our new books for sale page gets a lot of activity, and it is updated every time we have a new book introduced. It is highlighted at the top of the list here. So right now you can see the whole list of new books that have been published by OBCGS since January of 2023. And you scroll down and you get a little paragraph description and the pricing. And so that gives you an idea of what you might have missed if you haven't heard about the new books lately. We also list these in our newsletter every month and in the journal every quarter. Right here is a click through to our eBay bookstore. And you can see here, if you're active on eBay, if you're buying or selling, you can save our store as a favorite. I think you're right here, a saved seller. And that will give you a chance to look at the books that we have for sale. We have several different categories of books. And if that's a nice little box over here, you can click on the categories box, and you can see the different, mostly counties that we have things listed in. We also have a category that's really interesting. It's a sale category. And this one would include all of the used books that we have for sale. So you can scroll down and see what has been added. Some of the books have been on for several weeks. So you might see the same books there, but we do add books every week. We have a volunteer that handles that. So take a moment. You can, if you're interested in something, for instance, trying to think of a word that might not be included in the county list, but something like Asheville. Asheville. This is a little search box, and it's for all of our books that we have for sale that would have Asheville as a key key name. Or if you're looking for a surname, someone's last name, you can do the same thing. So it's very useful, and that is where we currently sell all of our books, is right there on our eBay store. So we have this link here under the new books for sale tab, news here. Some of the other things we have are articles that have been written. Here's a really good article if you want to go back and look at it later on cemeteries. This is another one researching our African American family history. We provided some links and information that might help someone who's really looking for something different. Buncombe County slave deed list. This link right here takes you right to the Buncombe County Register of Deeds, and they've got all the deeds available if you are looking for something related to your family, where there were slave sales going on, or even family interactions that would have been included in their wills or in the estate records. I don't know what all is in this list here, but it's certainly they're original records that are available on the Buncombe County Register of Deeds site. And then a couple of other locations that you can scroll through and links that are very helpful. So in the front page, you can, when we're through with the program here, you're welcome to go in and look at these, see if there's something there that you're interested in following up on. So that's the home page in general. And you can see here, if we're going to go to the left, I'm going to follow along the toolbar here and show you some of the more interesting pages we have for free information. Now, under About Us, you'll find information about our journal, the awards we present every year. And this is an interesting program here at First Families. This is a program that's been around for many years. And when I go to this page here, you'll start beginning to see some of the older pages that we brought in from from our older website. And I'm going to click right through. This is where you can get the application for First Families of Old Buncombe. It's a great little program to be a part of. You learn more about your family, because you're to apply, you have to come in and bring all of the required documentation to prove that your family has been here since the early 1800s, when Buncombe County came into being. And we have several. I'll show you how to make sure that you're eligible. Who is eligible? Any person listed in 1800 federal census in Buncombe County. Any person listed in the 1790 federal census in the 11th and 12th company in Burke County, or 13th and 14th company in Rutherford. So that gives you an idea that Buncombe was formed out of those two counties. And so if your ancestor was living in one of these other counties, they would be still considered to be part of First Families if you wanted to apply. So we give you the documentation standards here, and then you have your application that's filled out. I'm not going to click through there, but this is some of the older information that came from the original website. So we've been in business with First Families for quite a long time. You can also see here a list of proven ancestors, which is really helpful, because these names here, you may find your ancestor here on this list, and that makes your job a little easier, because someone has already applied ahead of you and their documentation may be available, and all you have to do is fill in your connection. And I'll scroll down and show you my ancestor is Hawkins, and he is located right here, Benjamin Hawkins. He's at the top of the page. So my ancestor was here, and he was actually living in Rutherford County at the time of the 1790 census. So we brought that information with us in our package to get him qualified, to get our family qualified. And we have many, many cousins that are listed as part of that First Families program under Benjamin Hawkins. He is buried at the Biltmore property, and you can see a little bit. There's a family history placard down by the barn, by the horse barn. If you're ever visiting there, you can check him out and see his history. And he was there helping to get Buncombe County set up, literally. So what else is on here? We have other these are some of the resources that I showed you before as to how to get proven. So some of this resource material is here for you if you need to use it. A couple of other things, we have some obituaries of some of our volunteers and close members that have passed away. In case you are looking for information on someone that you remember, oh, I remember that volunteer that helped us out so much, 10 years ago. May not still be working, but there's information here on those folks. A membership application, which I'll show you a little bit here in a minute, the officers. And here's where we have our programs and workshops page. And I wanted to show you this because today's workshop handout is right here. A member's electronic resource pages. Now this is a document. If I click on it, you'll see it opens up in a new window. So this is great because you can also download this onto your computer or you can print it out, however you want to do it. But this really covers our member access pages that we haven't looked at yet. These are behind the paywall, if you will. So that's a good document to have to refer back to in the future if you want to come and look at those pages. So moving on, this is I wanted to finish with the library card catalog, so I'm going to skip over that for just a minute. This is our book sales and publishing tab. This is a separate page. Again, we have our bookstore link here, and we also have some publishing guidelines for you if you should have a book that you're publishing or you want to do that. We also have a group that meets once a month on the second Tuesday of the month. I'll show you that in just a minute, but we have some guidelines here and instructions for how you'd want to prepare your book for publication by us. So that's really helpful. And then any new books that we produce, remember on the homepage, we're trying to market those as much as we can. The next one, research. Now this one is a very detailed link. This page, research, comes out with all these what we call sub pages that are linked back to this. So I'm not going to spend any time on this. I wanted to tell you a little bit about it, but the surname index for our journal is located here, and it is helpful if you are looking for articles that are about your ancestor. You can read these surname indexes right here and read a little bit more about how to use them here. But that's really helpful documentation there for the journal. And then you can do research and find those old journal copies and see if you can get your articles together. Anniversaries and birthdays are very similar. Again, you have information here where some of our volunteers have done some work and looking for birthdays. Birthday names. Let's see what this looks like, the chart. So you have the name of the person, the father, the mother, possibly the spouse, the date of birth. And so all of this is available if you wanted to get a copy of if they're all newspaper articles. So you can order those as clipping if you'd like. But if you're a member, if you join, I'm going to show you where you can get that list, those articles from the behind the paywall. So that's available also to those who want to pay to be able to access that information. Again, the slave deeds, Buncombe County wills, a lot of these are resources that we used to have on the website, but now like this one, all these wills are now available on Family Search. So we're trying to give you a better service by directing you to some other locations or other websites where the materials are the direct documentation instead of someone's transcription. So these research pages are older. They came from the original website. So like I said, some of them may have been may be a little bit out of date, or there's a better resource. So we're trying to pass that along to you. So we have a lot of things here: cemeteries, estate index records, very similar to the wills. But you can also see over here on the right side that same, what I was using as a drop-down menu is also printed over here on the side as well. So you can use this as when you come in to do your research. Family Bible records. This was an older resource that we brought to the new website. And let's just click on one for an example. Bell family. See, this is what I mean by having a transcription. So this Bible document was available to us, and someone took the time to transcribe it, and it was actually published in our journal in May of 1998. So that's where a lot of this information will be helpful, but where it comes from, and basically how to use it. So just finish with this list here, and we'll get into some of the other materials here. Obituary collection, research age. So just take some time to look down those pages, and there may be something there for you. And if you need more help, if you would like to find a resource that's not real clear how to get to the original resource, please drop us a line. And that is a way. There was a way here on the we used to have this up here, a contact us with directions, but we have moved that down to the bottom of the page. So you can contact us here on this page. We're having a lot of spam come through, so we moved it to see if we could kind of control that, get it under control. But you're welcome to send a note this way, and it comes right into our info at emails, and you will be answered very, very quickly. We have volunteers that manage that account and do a great job. But also the directions are here if you're driving in and you need some help finding our location. Now, this member resources, let's go back to the home page, and I'll start with the member resources. This is where the gold mine is for documents that we have documented behind the paywall. So before I log in, I'll just click on this and I'll show you what it looks like. We have a new navigation list here on the right hand side. So all of these resources are in addition to the free resources I was just showing you here under research, excuse me. So you have to be logged in if you have paid the extra money to access the electronic resources. You have to be logged in for any of these to work. And right now I'm not logged in. So I'll show you, for instance, we'll just click on the divorce records. Well, gosh, what are the divorce records? Oh, well, you must have an active membership at the appropriate level to access this content. So we do have a membership database that is active on this website that does allow our current members to access this material over here. And that kind of explains how we monitor who has access to this. Now, I have not logged in yet, but it knows me because I've saved my login here. If you want to sign up, you can come back to the home page. And to join our society, you click here. It takes you to the register page. And this is where you can read through the instructions here. If you don't want to use a credit card to pay, you can mail a check with this application. So the application comes in as a PDF, you download it, you fill it out and mail it in with your check. And our volunteers will process your application. Every Friday they get processed, so you'll have access as soon as that is completed. But you are welcome also to join here. And all you do is you fill out the page at this side, and you come all the way down, you check which level of membership you would like, and you can see individual with full access, and that means full access to the electronic records. Or if you want to just try us out, and you want to be an individual, and you can pay your membership fee here, you can choose which level you can join at. And then at the bottom, you use your credit card to finalize the transaction. So that's really easy. And immediately, as soon as that transaction is completed, you have access to all of the documents over here, the members resources. So this is really great. Now I'm going to go ahead and log in. Just a quick little login right here. The button takes you back to a very simple page, and you just click login. Now, if you haven't saved your password, it's really your email. Your membership is your login goes through your email and your password, and you establish that once you have joined. So this tells me my membership. This gives you an idea of where you stand on your memberships. Here, I've been fooling around with another status so that I could test a few things out, and I just haven't removed this one, but I have joined as a lifetime member, so that's my status. And yours would appear there as well. Okay, so now we're ready to go into member resources. So here we are, we've got a new tool listing here on the right side, and we are interested. Well, what do we have? Well, instructions over here indicate that if you're a member at $35, let's say you're an individual member, you did not want to pay the extra for the individual or for the electronic records. You still have access to electronic records though. So anything with the asterisk, the first two have asterisks on the side, so those are available by all members. And the first one is the ALOB Library. And here's another one of our acronyms. This is a lot of bunkum. And that is our journal is published quarterly, and it's really a really good journal. There's so much information here. And you find some indexing here if you to make it easy to locate journals from the past. But every journal here we've got February, May, and August has just been sent out, and it just hasn't been loaded onto the site. But you click here and you get the journal right away. The full journal for that quarter is ready to go. It's a PDF file. You can again download it, print it, however you want to access it. Now, the second level for members would be members only electronic books. Now, these are, like I said, these two pages are open to all members, everybody who's joined at whatever level. So these are, okay, so how do we decide what goes on this page? Well, they're unusual resources, unusual documents, local documents. For instance, we have in Avery's Creek church minutes here for one of the churches locally. Schools. The schools are all put in this area. And this is so fun because these are high school books, yearbooks. We've got lists from all kinds of different schools, unusual schools in the area nearby. Here, this is a little school direct. This is what got this section started, was this Asheville little bitty book publishing the phone numbers and access or contact information for the students in the Asheville and the main high school from 46 to 47. Really neat little booklet. Here are the faculty and their telephone numbers. Now, those are old numbers. Look at that. Here's someone without a phone at all. That's probably very unusual for today's world. So here's the 12th grade. So you have the students listed here with their address and their phone number. So if your ancestor or relative lived and went to the school here, you can get their information right out of this little booklet if they were there at the time. This, by the way, is my dad, Sidney Hawkins, right here, Charlotte Street in Asheville, and that was their phone number. So that was neat. I looked that up, and when I found this little book, I said, "Oh, well, that is incredible. We have to post this." So we're looking at on this page here for electronic books. Remember, these are members only electronic books. We've got different categories, and they're just different, unusual kinds of records. Here's a grocery and ledger from a local store, and it's been transcribed. The store was operated by the Wilson family in Candler. Appears to have been a general store which sold all kinds of foods and sundries. So you get a list here that they kept in the ledger. Purchasers with accounts that were listed in the ledger are as followed. So these people were alive in the area. They were shopping. They were conducting business, and so you've got at least an idea that your relative may have been in the area. And that's one way of proving it. A funeral home book, newspapers, and here are some records, people and families. Dixon letters. This is an interesting group. We received these letters, scrapbooks that were donated to the library, and one of our volunteers, Sandy Sams, thought it might be helpful to put these together and make them available. So it's the actual pages from the letters here, and you just never know. There's all kinds of newsy and folksy kinds of information. in these letters, but they're just a wonderful resource. It's very different kind of resource. And the Kingdom of the Happy Land. This is a neat little document that was, oh, let's see, I didn't get a click there. There we go. Was published by Sadie Smathers Patton, a well-known historian. She published this in 1957. So this is a really good resource, and you may not have known about it or may not have seen it, but it is like a small history book from the area. So things like this are located here for all the members to have access to. So let's go back to member resources and see what, here we are. We're back to this page. Now we went to the first two pages. Now the next one, from this part down the list, these are all available to the members who have paid for full access. And so I wanted to show you a few of these items so that you get a little more familiar with them. Family history files. This is a massive group of files that have been in our library since we began, because if you've ever heard of family history files, they're sometimes referred to as well, they're metal cabinets, file cabinets full of paper files. So they're manila folders just full of documents that have been left behind by members who have visited or visitors in the library who have done research, and they shared and made photocopies of their information. And we've spent years and years getting all these documents scanned and identified, and we are still organizing these files. But now it's very easy to access them. You can um, look for your surname, your family name, and see what's in here. I'll just show you two. I've picked out two names. The first one is the Burnett's. I will show you. We're right now trying to reorganize the naming of the files. See the file names over here, and then these are the links. So let's just put in Burnett. It automatically starts sorting the list so that the Burnetts come up, and the Burnetts can be spelled two different ways. This is an idea, a basic list of records that are in the file under Burnett. The first thing you would always want to look for is this AAA read first triple Z. This file is not always first in the list for the names, but we're trying our best to get them there. But it gives you an idea of all the other surnames that might be in this file that you're looking at. It's not just the Burnetts, but look at all the other surnames that are here. Also, this would be the name of the file on the right. So what we're doing now is organizing these named files in such a way that they're very similar for every surname. And the next name I'll show you will give you a little bit more detail. But let's just look at vital records, for instance. You click here and you get a death certificate for Herman Weldon Burnett. Well, this might give you some real big help on your search of your family history, but it may not be just one vital record. It could be many that are listed here. So they'll all be they'll all appear here under this file name. Let's see if I can find it. Here's photographs. Photographs are not always named, but look at this. These have some names with them. And not all family have photographs. So some of these are this. I just chose Burnett because they had a variety of files available. These are some newspaper clippings. Lots of good information here, it looks like. This is what I mean by having several documents attached in under one heading. So you really have to kind of look at each one to see if it's your relative, if it's your ancestor that is connected within these stories. But look at the documentation here. It's just amazing, all kinds of information. I'm not sure what this is, a magazine article on the Burnetts, but you kind of get the gist of some of these resources, correspondence on the Burnetts. This was a letter that was written in 1931. I'm not going to try to read through that, but you can see that this would be a terrific resource for someone. Here's one from 95. Now you can see here, I also wanted to point this out. we used to receive this kind of documentation and stamp it as our property. So you'll see that on some of these pages, and also some of the pages will be numbered because those were pages within one file folder. But that's part of the process we're going through, is organizing these files, and that's why these page numbers won't be in order, because that's an old filing system, and we're now using an electronic system here. So um, but these will be all related back to a correspondence level. So there'll be letters, documents that have been interchanged either with our volunteer staff, or that other folks, like I said, they might have been visiting there and have left off copies within that file. So there's just a world of information here. I'll show you one more, which is my family. We'll get to Ben Hawkins. Now here's the difference. We're not into the H's yet to try to organize all of the names of these files, as you can see. Now we're doing better here. We've got Bible records, obituaries, but we've got Hawkins of Virginia. 5 generations doubled. Some of these titles are kind of like, okay, well, I'm not sure if that applies to me or not. So we're trying to really organize all the files under the same names. Newspaper clippings is one of them, obituaries, Bible records. Kind of gives you an idea of how we're going through and even trying to do a better job of organizing them. But just as the family narratives, my parents did a lot of research, and they left a lot of information behind when they came to the library back in the 80s and early 90s when they were doing their research. I was just going to scroll through and see if I see anything from them. I don't see anything right this minute, but anyway, I wanted to show you another family line that has not been better organized. These are the lineage charts. See, this is my dad here, Sidney Hawkins. So he's brought in information when he was doing his research way back when, and left behind a lot of good information. So it is helpful for you if you are going to share information. It is kind of interesting to have your name and contact information so that others would know where it came from, and they can give you a call. An email address is probably all you need these days. So that gives you an idea of what is in the family history files. A really, really great resource and full of information. Now I talked about the FFOB joining the First Families, and this is another really great resource for folks to use also. A same kind of table, same kind of searching mechanism. First Families, we'll just click on one of these, able, view the file. Now, as I said, this is a documentation that was submitted for this application, and you don't always have the same kinds, but you definitely need to have original documents available for the application. So here we are with several death certificates, marriage license. You just wouldn't, it's just amazing what could be in here that you're not even aware of, but by joining as an electronic records access member, all of this is available to you, and you just don't know what all might be in these documents to help you in your research. Here's the census records that were left behind, but they were probably marked for that family. And as everybody knows, census records are much easier to access now on Ancestry and Family Search. So take a minute, if you're at this level, take a minute, just scroll through and see if put your surname here, like I can do Hawkins again. You just type it in and it automatically organizes the list and these are the approved ancestors that have been documented and approved for access into the First Families group. So I won't spend more time on that. Let's go back to member resources and show you a few more things. Through here, government records, library collections. These are government records are some documents that we've scanned and added in here. So you just have to come and look and see what's available on some of these other pages. Same with military records. We wish we had some more military records. We're working on it. We've got these Vietnam lists and some other things, so Revolutionary War pensions, but that's something where we could use some more like volunteer work to get that. This is the last table. I'll show you the obituaries. This is a remarkable amount of incredible amount of files available to us as well. You've got your surname over here on the left. We're trying to record the ages, other names that might be in the obituaries. This is kind of random, whether that gets done by the people that are scanning, and birthplace, same thing. But we do record the actual newspaper, publication date, and then over here you can see the image. Let me go down and scroll over so that you can see. We'll go back up here to the top, and I'll show you one of the images. So this is one that was transcribed at the obituaries, but it gives you the location, the publication date, so you can cite that for a need. If you, let's see if I can find one that would be a newspaper clipping. Okay, this is how we've done our clippings in the past. We've had clippings going on for years and years and years. And so we would, on the same date, June the 4th, 1983, that was probably the Asheville Citizen Times. I don't see the name, but I'm assuming it is. But anyway, every one of these obituaries was published that day. So every one of these names is listed. For instance, Myrtle Smith. We'll just go back and I'll show you this. This is for the man. Let me get his name. You can't see the whole table, unfortunately. So this was Marie Hebert. So the other one was a Smith, Myrtle Smith, I believe. So let's see if we can. Myrtle. Probably should have done Smith, but I thought, well, Smith is too well known. But what we'll do is we'll go over here and get Smith. So you can use either one of these resources to search. Now, let me see if I can do a better job. Myrtle. No. Anyway, I was just trying to show you that Myrtle Smith is, well, here she is right here at the top. So let's see. Yeah, it's the same file, I believe. Nope, it's a different file. But anyway, these newspaper files, every person that's on these pages will be listed in the table. So you would be able to find all those people individually with the same file. Now that was probably a little bit different day. Might be a different Myrtle Smith also. It's why that wasn't the exact same file. But these resources are here. You may not need them, but when you do, and you've paid your extra access fees, you can get to these 24/7. They're on the website all the time, and we're adding to them all the time. We try to tell you in the newsletter every month what's been added to the website so that you can keep up with it. I wanted, before we got too long, I wanted to show you the card catalog. Now I'm back on the free pages here. You see, even though I'm still logged in, I'm back on the free pages. This is our library section, and we've got a card catalog here. And the card catalog is this a table that's very similar to what I've been showing you with the family history files. It's a very large table. It is 17,000 entries. It goes up to 699 of these pages of 25 entries. So 25 per page. So it's quite a big file here. But you also can search. You can do a search up here for a name. Let's say, let's see what's going on if there's a Hawkins in here somewhere. We come back, then you can scroll down, you can see how many. So we've got 5 pages that have returned for Hawkins. Now, that doesn't mean that they're in the title. You have to kind of look around here. So that might be too broad of a search. So let's get out of that one and let's come in here to the title. Come back to the title. Hawkins. So I had 5 pages before. So see, now I've only got this limited list because the books or the resources that these are all resources available in our library. These are the hard copies. These are the books, the booklets, the um, uh, other kinds of files, collections, what have you. I mean, it's just amazing that you can actually see everything a typical card catalog would show you about our library. So here's family history files, for instance. I just showed you that on the electronics section, but there's all these other um, resources. I have to scroll down here so I can show you how we go across here and what kind of information you'll get. You'll get the author, last and first name, the location. Now, these locations are really important for the librarians, for the docents. So if you're at home and you're coming to visit us, let's say in a couple of weeks, and you have the access to all of our documentation here, so you can actually come in here and do a search and say, okay, I like this list. It's a short list. It's all the Hawkins that I think I should be looking at. It gives you the locations in the library, so you can bring this in, and our docents can go right to the resources and be able to get this out for you and pull some of these out for you while you're there. This is even further information, year published, subject, publisher, a little bit less important, I guess, to a researcher, but it's important to our docents. So just keep that in mind. So let me show you how you can use this a couple of other ways. You can come up here and print. This is a clear filter button. Let's say you got several different filters going on. So let's just look at printing for an example. You can come up here and see, now, for some reason, the first page is always blank. I don't know why. It's like a title page, but it'll print a lot of this information out for you so that you can bring it into the library and they can set it up for you. So I've got my printer right here, but you can also print to a PDF. You could save it on your computer as a PDF and maybe print it out later when you get to the library if you want to. It's just a really, really terrific resource here that, a lot of people may not know exactly how to use it or how valuable it is. Let's just go over here to author last name. So let's say we got a Hawkins in the title and we want Hawkins for the last name because there's a book out there that was written by, John James. Okay, so we don't have anything in here that hits the author last name and the title for the same surname. But there are lots of books that will meet the criteria. So another way to do this is not on the title, but let's put Hawkins in the surname, the author last name. And let's see what comes up with that. So we have Hawkins Gowing, All Roads Lead to Haywood County. This is my family. It's a book on our family. The rest of these I'm not real familiar with, so I'm not sure what Hawkins group it is. It may not be ours at all. But again, you can get the locations set up and bring this list in with you. So it's real helpful to know how that card catalog is used.
One thing I would caution people when you're searching in the catalog, clear your filters if you're doing a new search, because once you do a search, it will stay with that first search unless you clear the filters. So that does cause some problems for some folks. But if you clear the filters, then you do a new search and it'll research the whole catalog. The other thing is when you're looking for when you have put in the name Blevins, B-L-E-V, clear your filters first.
Yeah.
Now put in the search name Blevins, B-L-E-V-I-N-S.
In the search box?
Right, yes. B-L-E-V-I-N-S. And do a search. The reason I'm putting this one in, I did it this week, so I know what it's going to show. One thing it shows here is that if you go down the list, there's a Blevins family history file. There's also a Hensley family history file, a Holcomb family history file. and some books. Now, when you get down to the bottom there and you see LHF, those are local history files. Those are not available online, but they are available in the library. And we can search them for you if you send a request to info@obcgs.com.
Yeah, so that you're absolutely, that's a really good point, that you can find all kinds of things. And these are hints. This LHF in the front is a hint for the docent to be able to find them as well. Family history files, all of these will be located on the website, as well as still paper files in the library. A couple of other things I skipped over, I should tell you about. The volunteer page is here. If you're interested in volunteering, we have work that can be done in the library, or it could be done at your home. Some people are never come to the library. They do their work, though. They're spread all over the place. And it's just that you need to kind of, once you commit to a project, we like to hand out one project at a time, so that we can keep track of it, and we can get the finished product pretty easily after you've done the work. But here is our registration form, and you just fill this out and mail it back to the library. You can email it, scan it and email it. So that helps us a lot, because we don't always get a lot of people in the library who are coming there to sign up as a volunteer. So if you're interested, we have lots of project work to go on, as I was telling you earlier. And also, this assisted research page is great as well. Let's say you are looking for your something, you're in a brick wall situation, you just can't find anything. We have this assisted research program available that allows you to send in a form. Let's see, where is that form? It's supposed to be on here. Oh, we're no longer offering in-depth research help, but you can put your order in. You can mail it in. I thought we had a form here, but I guess we don't. Anyway, you can send a request to info@obcgs, and you can also go down here to the contact page and put your request in for assisted research. And this is very simple stuff like, do you have a birth certificate for so-and-so born around this date? Or do you have a marriage document or something like that? Something easy that can be looked up. But in-depth research will have to be done by outside genealogists, and we could help you get referred to someone who can give you a hand in this type of more in-depth research. We just don't have the volunteers now to be able to do that kind of work anymore.
I have another question.
Sure.
What this gentleman said, when I joined, I chose the general membership because I wasn't sure it would have any information regarding my ancestor. How do I upgrade to full membership? Do I wait until the other membership expires?
No, what you can come back to the website and click on your membership is one way to do it. And you can get to your membership here, and there is a little message here, renew or upgrade. You see how that operates there? All I did was click up here on the right hand or left hand side, your membership. And this is, it gives you a chance to renew it or upgrade it. And when you upgrade it, when you click on upgrade, I'm not sure mine will upgrade because it's a different level. Yeah, you come back to the registration page, and now you can click on, say you joined as an individual, and now you want to go to the higher level to get the access. Just click on that. This system knows how much you've paid, that you're already active, and it will just charge you down here. It will just be the new amount, and which is only $20. There's $20 difference between those two memberships. So it would then come down here, and you just validate when you look at this that it says $20. And then you go through the payment process, and then you'll have immediate access. We can take credit cards in the library when you're physically there. You can also call in with your credit card number, and we would just process your membership right there. You never have to come in. Let's say you're having trouble, or you don't want to do, you don't want to use your credit card on the website, which is fine. But we have several options for you. And like I showed you before, if you want to come down here to the membership application process, you can actually download the application right here. And it's pretty simple. I mean, you choose which category you're in. You can make an additional donation, especially if you want to have your journal mailed. It's really big help for us to get $10 or so to help fund the postage to mail your journal. And you actually can tell us right here how you would like to receive your journal. So that form can be handled with a credit card. I mean, a check. So there's several ways to join. Yeah, on this page, it does give you here a list of some of the accessible records. It gives you an idea of what you would get with the full access membership. I just want to say thank you. Your attention is very valuable, and I really appreciate you all attending. And please don't hesitate to write to us if you have any questions about the website.